Fall Fun Fact.
Did you know that milk was delivered in glass bottles before plastic bottles were invented? Well, now you know.
It's draw time with Mr. Mayberry. Time to draw.
Hi, welcome to Draw Time with Mr. Mayberry, Falltime Edition. I'm Mr. Mayberry, and it's Fall Festival week on Draw Time. So we're drawing things that you might see at a fall festival. Today I'm going to show you how to draw milk bottles from the classic carnival game. So let's get started. It's time to draw. Okay, I'm going to start right here in the center. I'm drawing the milk bottles here. There's 3 of them that are stacked in a pyramid formation. So I start with 2 curves, and these are cylinder shapes. So I have 2 vertical lines, one on each side of each bottle. And I'm going to slant in. Actually, I could make it just a little taller than that. And then slant them in on the sides. Now, a lot of the bottles that you see at these kind of games, they're not actually made out of glass like the old milk bottles used to be, but they're actually made out of metal or wood because they're more durable, and the glass ones would probably break at some point. Okay, 2 little vertical lines on the outside. There's this edge or lip to the top of the bottle. And then we're going to curve up. And I want to add an opening to the top, so I'm going to curve down here on the inside and then curve up on the top. Same thing here, curve down, follow the same curve as the one below, and then I make a curve up. And I am going to shade inside of that, but I'm going to wait till I get this 3rd bottle drawn. Okay, next I'm going to make a bottle just like these 2, and I'm going to make it right in the middle, or try to make it close to being in the middle. You can use a ruler or use your pencil as a measuring stick to figure out about how wide to make the bottle. Make a curve on top of these 2, just like the one down here below. And then you make a vertical line on the outside edge. I'll make sure this curve goes down enough. It should curve down. Okay, and this bottle is going to be like these other 2 that you have here. Again, you could measure the distance with your pencil or with a ruler to kind of get an idea of how tall it should be. Or you can just look at it and kind of estimate how tall you think it should be. Okay, and then there's 2 little vertical lines here and a curve on top. Now when I think of a carnival game or carnival games, this is one of the first ones I think of. It's been around for a long time. It's one that seems the easiest, but usually the hardest. And they're not always set up fairly. Sometimes they're set up to make it easier for you to lose. Okay, I'm shading inside the bottles now. Inside the tops. Okay, and then I'm going to go down here and draw the table that these are sitting on. So you have to beware. You have to be wary when you go to play these type of games, and know that they could be fixed. And so you got to go with the idea that you don't want to spend too much on them. Try to enjoy playing them. Sometimes they just take skill, but sometimes they're fixed. Okay, there's the table that these are sitting on. I want to make a side or an edge to this table. So make two little vertical lines there and a curve that matches the one above it, curve down below here. Okay, and then I'm going to draw this pole sticking out from below. This is what's holding up the table, but I'm not going to draw it all the way to the floor. I'm just going to draw it down just a little here so you know that that's what that is. Okay, now one more thing, and then I'm going to do some shading. Right in this corner I want to place a baseball, and that's what you would use to throw to try to knock down the bottles. And usually the person running the game makes it look very easy. But when you go to try to do it, there's always something that makes it hard. It could be that the ball is really light. It could be the way the bottles are set on top of each other, but there's always something, it seems like. Okay, I made a curve here for stitches on this baseball. And I want to make tiny little stitches. They'll kind of go the same direction, like that around. And normally you get 3 chances. They give you 3 balls and then you got 3 chances to knock them down. And if you knock them down, you win a prize. This is something I think of when I think of a fall festival. Okay, we have some shading that I like to do. Again, I said these were metallic or wooden, so I'm going to make them like they're metal. I'm going to use this edge of the pencil here instead of the end, the side of the pencil there. And I'm going to shade on both the left side and the right side of the bottle, so it'll look almost like there's a little bit of a shiny space on the front. And maybe a little bit under this lip here. And then I can do around the edge, like the lower edge of the lip of this, the top of this bottle. So like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other 2 bottles. Just like that. And then the sides. Okay, and then I want to add some shadow on the table of the bottles. So I'm going to put a curve around here like this. And then where the baseball is, I'm going to put another curve. It goes back behind just a little bit here. And I'm going to shade that in. You could also use the side of the pencil for this, but I think I'll use the end just because there's some tiny little spaces here around the bottles. Okay, I want to add some shading to the edge of the table. And all this shading helps it make it look more 3D as well. Okay, I think I'll even maybe shade the tabletop just lightly. And then the sides of the stand here, and then right underneath the table. Okay, now I want to go back over everything and just kind of outline the main lines, the contour, the outside edge. Make them a little darker, these lines. Same with the bottles. Okay, erase any stray lines, any extra marks, anything, parts you don't need. You can add color if you'd like to. And this is our drawing for today, the milk bottle game. Well, now that you know how to draw milk bottles from the carnival game, think of some other carnival games you can draw. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for taking time to draw with me. I hope you'll come back again, and remember, if you want to be a good artist, do a little drawing every day.
That's beautiful.
Too bad the carnivals don't use plastic.